driver of the number 20 car. That is Mr. T-Stone. T-Stone, make sure your audio is included.
Yep.
All right, bud. First off, congrats on the top three. Solid all night. Started on the pole, won a stage. Fell a little bit back at stage two, but what did you do there to adjust your car that made you be able to go back up to the front at the end of stage three?
Um, just add a little more tire pressure to the right rear and raise my wedge a little bit to tighten up the car for the end of the run. Because at the end of the run, I was starting to get way loose for my slider preset. But all in all, it was a very fun, good night.
So I know Lined and Sterlo were basically on an island of their own in that third and final stage. Do you think you could have done anything different that could have made you in a
Um, Only if I were able to pit a couple laps later. That way I didn't have to save fuel or tires. I would have been fine. Oh, yeah, you disconnected again.
Uh, Hendrick. Oh my
Okay.
god, Jesus! Fuck this Xbox. Yes, Irish. You guys continue.
Probably pit like maybe a lap or two later than they did. That way I didn't have to save at the end because I had to save like from the beginning of the run just to make sure I can make it on tires and fuel.
Fun one.
Definitely feel good about Charlotte. I always liked Charlotte. Yeah, I did.
Oh, and speak real quick.
include it?
Oh, okay.
Okay. There we go. Re-include your audio.
Okay, I did.
Okay. Cobra, does that fix anything?
It's going on my stream.
No one asked you.
Stream.
Yeah, I actually made that voice.
All right,
I'm
sounds
being a
good. Cool.
nerd.
Okay. All right. Anyways, again, Xbox, fuck off. T-Stone for Charlotte next weekend. Do you think you are going to be a contender next week if you do plan to run next weekend?
I feel like I definitely will be if I plan on running. Definitely top 5, top 10 threat for sure. Like Charlotte.
All right. Well, T-Stone, before I let you go here, do you have any special shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, thank you to Iron Man for letting me sub in for tonight. And thank you Mets for running the league and thank all you guys for helping everything out. It was fun.
All right. Well, T-Stone, congrats on the P3 tonight. Hope to see you back next week, whether if it's in the 20 car or in a different car.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. All right. On to our second place finisher, the guy who almost put a wrench in the entire playoff picture. That is the driver of the 16 tonight, Mr. Sterlo. Make sure your audio is included.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, bud. Well, first off, congrats on P2 tonight. I know that's not where you want to be, but let's recap those last few laps. With you gaining time on line cone, do you think you would have been able to get by him if you had another lap or two?
Yeah, I think I just saved a lap too many. I think I should have pushed it a little harder lap before I did. But what I would got around him, I don't know. I got to win to get into the final four. I think he's looking pretty good on points, so he might have would have got the bumper for sure if I could have got there. But overall, it was a good race. Started dead last, finished fifth in stage one, won stage two, and second in the race. So, really hate that I kind of pushed it too hard on that stage three. I think I could have went one more lap, and I think if I would have did the extra lap, I would have won the race. But overall, it was a tire management race. Um, I felt like we were in a good position from where we pitted. I just think I should have won a lap sooner.
So now, as you mentioned, you're in a must-win scenario. There's no question going into next week. I'm not going to ask you how confident you are in having a good car because obviously I've seen you race at Charlotte before and you've had winning speed. But now with this being a do or die race for you, how confident are you in being able to at least get your way into the championship round?
I don't know. Let's just set a poll and see who don't want me in that final four from the guy that's already in there. So I don't think anybody wants me in the final four that's in there because I think I'm going to be the one to definitely shaking some things up for him if that does happen. But Charlotte will go in there and we're definitely going to try to win. But I don't know how the race will go. But I do think that these guys would definitely deal with me at the very end of Charlotte, and I think they're going to have to deal with me to win that championship. So I feel confident. If I didn't miss these races, definitely wouldn't be in a must-win situation. But that's what makes it exciting. That's what drives me. So we're gonna go get that win at Charlotte, and then we're gonna take this championship from them.
All right. Well, Sterlo, before I let you go here and prepare for what will be a very nerve-wracking race for you, do you have any special shout-outs you'd like to give before we hear from our winner tonight?
Yeah, shout out you guys. Shout out Mess. Shout out to Georgia for being the head admin tonight. Shout out the line. I knew it was gonna be tough. He did a little bit better with the tires, but shout out to him for the win. Yep, we'll move on. See you guys at Charlotte.
All right. Well, Sterlo, congrats on P2. Very good run for you tonight. It's going to be very fun to watch you try and make your way into the Champ 4 next week. I wish you the best of luck in being able to pull it off next Saturday. No problem. And with that, we are now going to, unfortunately, hear from Bren on our winner tonight.
I like to say fortunately. Alright, gentlemen. Make sure you include your audio. Alright, lined, tonight was execution night. Coming into this race, I think you were just above the cutoff line, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that real quick. Yes, you were the cutoff line, +8. Make sure you include your audio if you haven't already. Lined, I think I already knew going into this race, you have a history of running well at Gateway, and again tonight, you pulled it off. You were really good in the stages, and heading into stage 3 after finishing second in both stages, what was your mindset in the last stage?
Well, my mindset was a winning. I have a history of doing great at Gateway, but not winning the things, making mistakes in all of them. I could have had a couple wins by now, but this is, I think, my first one, unfortunately, but also fortunately. Tonight was win because I was only a few points ahead of the cut line, and then if you
+8.
win early, you can focus on the championship race. You know, before some of the other drivers, and get a better feel how the race is going to be and how the car should drive. But I got around Sterlo before a couple laps before the last pit stop there. I knew I was going to have to do it before the pit stop, most likely, and then try to drive faster while saving. And I managed to pull it off there and get the win. So good night.
Well, a lot of people are breathing a sigh of relief with you winning tonight. What are your thoughts on that? I know Spartan especially is breathing a sigh of relief with seeing you win tonight. What are your thoughts on that? And what are your thoughts going forward for your championship race at Iowa, which is the championship race for the series?
I don't know if I want to comment about Iowa, but it's looking pretty good.
Oh, you got some confidence. Well, you earned it tonight, Lined. Any special shoutouts going forward, and I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah,
Next
shout out
week at
to
Charlotte,
Oh, thank you.
and at the championship race at Iowa. It's gonna be fun.
Shout out to Georgia Dog, Sterlo, everyone that raced between tonight. Had a good race, and as always, shout out to Another Left Turn Motorsports.
Yep, you heard it here first. Another left team motorsports gets another win under her belt. This time it was Line Cone. He gets it done, officially locks himself into the round of 4 grits again on making the championship race. It's going to be fun to see you at Iowa Motor Speedway. It's going to be a fun one to short track. But next week, I wish you the best of luck at a track like Charlotte. I know you'll be up front racing potentially for the win.
Thank you.
All right, Hendrick. Tonight was a fun one. Gateway, I think it was pretty tame to say the least. I think our only really caution of the night, I think we maybe had two, was on a restart. I think someone missed the shift, but besides that, I thought the racing was solid. Some contact, some movement of other cars, but I felt like it was overall pretty clean. What are your thoughts on the racing tonight? Hello?
There we go. I was gonna say, the first couple of stages we saw some mental errors involving people going way too low on the track, like with what happened with Perk, and also K-Therms. But besides from that, everyone was able to clean that little mistake up a bit, and we saw pit strategy play a factor in that last stage. And this is really going to hurt some of those bubble guys, like Georgia, who was having a great night. K-Therms, it's gonna push them even more back in the points. It'll be interesting to
Yeti?
see. Yeah, Yeti as well, but Yeti should have a little flexibility above the cut line.
Yes.
Before that final stage started, he was 14 ahead of Georgia. Keep that in mind. So he's going to gain more ground, but it's not as much as he would have had if he made it on fuel. So again, it'll be
Gotcha.
interesting to see what the playoff picture looks like now with some of these bubble guys taking a hit at the end.
Yeah, and like you said, with all of these finishes, we'll go over the finishing order right now. So, of course, Line Cohen officially gets himself into the Championship 4. Congrats to him again. Wins it at Gateway. I think should be his 3rd or 4th win of the season. I gotta double check that. How many wins does he have on the season? I think he officially has 3 now. Yeah, that's his 3rd win on the season. So overall, it's been a great season for him as he's gonna take 2 ALTM cars in the Final 4. That is definitely something to keep up with. Sterlo was not able to get it done tonight, but he showed great speed, and like you said earlier, he's going to be a force at Charlotte. It'll be fun to watch him. T-Stone finishing 3rd. Great run by him. The 20 car started on pole. First pole in the series. It was good to have him in the series. He ran very well. Won stage 1. Sterlo won stage 2. Irish, another good run for him. Last week's winner. ALTM's 5th is Cobra. Overall, great run for him. Him and Irish, I thought they were on the winning strategy, but unfortunately for them, the top 3 could save fuel and tires, and they made it on the end there, so they did not get it. 6th is Stein. Another good run for him. Solid effort subbing for the 54th Ironman. 7th was GS Racing. 8th, Spartan. Decent recovery for him. It was a rough night for the 19 team, but having an 8th place finish compared to Georgia's, I think it was, you'll hear it later on, 14th, is actually going to help him in the point situation. So he should be above the cutoff line by half a hair. 9th is Perk and then Impact. And Perk and Impact got top 10s, but it was not a great night for those two. Unmute. Am I crashed? I'm crashed. Damn. God damn it. Alright. God damn it. I'm crashed. Alright, well, I apologize, so I will go over the rest of the finishing order since I crashed. 11th was Cowboy Tech. Solid run for him. Sadly, was not able to get the top 10. Impact got around him. 12th was Exa. We saw him set the top 10 late. Had the pit, exactly like Yeti in Georgia. 12th was Exo. 13th, Yeti. Had a good run. Had a top 10 car. Sadly, will fall to 13th after not making it on tires. Had to pit there. Same with Georgia Dog, who had a really good car as well. Same with Yeti. but unfortunately fell to 14th at the end there. 15th was K-Therms, had a struggle all night long. It was not a great race for the 38 machine. So far, it's been a struggle. He finished, I think, 7th at Pocono, recovered there, but unfortunately tonight it was one of his worst races of the season when he needs it the most for one of his best. Unfortunately finished 15th. 16th was Holy subbing for Leppy. Trevi 17th, rough night for him. And then iTrip, who lagged out. So Gateway, what did it provide? I thought it was an entertaining race. I thought top two definitely had a battle. I thought Sterlo was saving at the end of the run there, beginning of the run, whereas Line Cone was saving at the end of the run. Saving at the beginning of the run was Sterlo, saving at the end of the run was Line, and Line was able to hold on just enough to win it at Gateway. I wish him the best of luck going into the Final Four at Iowa, but next week will be Charlotte. That's going to be a great one. I can't wait to see that. Backwoods is going to finish out great. 2 more races to go until we see the championship race and who will win Season 3 of Backwoods Racing League. That is going to do it for me. I am Bert on Xbox. I wish you guys the best of luck, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for ODR Next with the same crew, me and Regular Show.